Good to go.
All right. How's it going, guys? Probably wondering why I've gathered you all here today. Here to talk about me, tell you a little bit about myself. I had a pretty, say, turbulent childhood. Parents were never really around. Kind of grew up on my own, traveled around a lot. Never stayed one place for long. Got into a lot of trouble as a teenager, I'm not go into too much detail, but breaking and entering and dealing drugs, and I was on a path to probably jail. And found myself at a crossroads in my life. And the military kind of gave me an escape from that lifestyle. I look at my parents, both of them were in jail at the time, and I didn't want to follow in their footsteps, So military, I didn't know anything about the military at the time, I just showed up, I was like, hey, can I join? They were like, yeah. Fill out this paperwork, sure, you can sign your life away, we don't mind. And gave me a list of trades. I didn't know anything about it. I was like, oh, combat engineer, that sounds cool, sign me up. That was one of the main things I wanted. I wanted a job where it sounded cool, And so yeah, that's been pretty much the last 8 years of my life in the military. It's not what I expected. I haven't left the country, you know what I mean? You spend a lot of time training to do things that you never really get to do, You spend a lot of time in classrooms learning information that's, I would say, like World War II stuff, stuff we don't do anymore, It's one reason why I'm glad to be here, because we're learning information that's the future. It's pertinent to what's going on right now. And so basically how I got into this was, I started to edit videos. I was playing video games. I'd go to the field, they'd send us away, they'd send us somewhere. I wouldn't be able to play video games. So editing was kind of my way to play video games when I was away from home, You can watch yourself in detail, kind of, perfect your art. But then kind of evolved into what it is now, is just editing shows that I enjoy, I watched, have you ever heard of To Catch a Predator? The show with Chris Hansen, he busts the predators, right? Serious show, but a serious issue. And I remember watching it and laughing my ass off. It was so funny. There was so much humor in this show about a serious issue. And I turned that 2-hour investigation into a 6-minute video, and it went viral. And I've been hooked ever since, just making something that people enjoy, that they comment on, that they come back, and I don't know, it's an enjoyable experience that you get addicted to. And there's a lot of money in it, which I enjoy. So I have a ton of ideas, though. I'd like to, the foundation that I built with subscribers, I'd like to build that into something bigger, something more personal, like with my music and traveling the world, maybe. Traveling the world, playing music, editing, that's what this class is for, to hopefully develop those skills and mold that into what I want it to be. And in closing, I just want to say, give you guys advice for this class, is keep an open mind, because there's a lot of times in my life I've closed my mind to information, I'm not going to need to know this isn't important to what I'm doing, But that has changed so much, like math, going through school, math. You think I ever thought I needed to know math? Well, believe me, as a combat engineer, you need to know math. So take it as much as you can. We've got great teachers. They're excited to teach us. They have a lot of knowledge. So take it in, take it for what it is. And yeah, because you never know what you're going to do down the road. You might